So I went camping recently and I made gnocchi with pesto. It's a really hearty dish. It's a dish I really like to bring when I go camping or backpacking or something like that. Or maybe just because I just love gnocchi in general. So when I made the video that I'm going to post soon as I edit it today, I used a tube of pesto. Now I did that because I had to fly into Vegas and then drive, and there were so many days in between where I didn't have access to a fridge. But normally when I go camping, I just make my own pesto and I freeze it, and then they use that pesto. The tube pesto, I have to say, worked pretty well though. It wasn't a tube of pesto, it was just a tube of basil. But I'm gonna make the pesto that I always make, right? Just a regular old plain pesto. So what do I have? I have an obscene amount of garlic. Now, I feel like it's not enough garlic if you're not smelling like garlic afterwards, but I like garlic. I was recently looking at garlic to purchase to grow, and it's $30, and it's like, it gives you 80 heads of garlic. And I'm like, that sounds like a year's worth of garlic. My roommate was making fun of me about that. So I have many heads. I have like 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. That sounds like a good amount of garlic. Dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Okay, so first, so I don't have to press it, I'm putting it in the food processor by itself and chopping it up in the food processor, because I'm lazy like that. If you don't do it this way, if you put it all in at once, it won't get chopped up and you have to mince it. So now I have about 3 bundles of basil, and this is the time of year when I just go crazy at making pesto. That one's black. And so I just picked off the leaves, and at the farmer's market you can usually get basil pretty cheap in the fall, and then I just make enough for the year. So this was 3 bundles of basil. My basil that I grew bolted really quickly, so I didn't get a chance to use what I grew. You could also grow it. And like most things I do, I don't really measure, so it's not like an exact recipe here. This is a pinch of salt. Now, I actually really enjoy pesto. Like these little bricks that I freeze, and I'll show you that in a minute. I actually like, if I saute vegetables, I'll put like just a little bit of pesto in there, and it adds some great flavor to any kind of vegetables you're making. So you don't just have to use pesto for pasta. So now I'm going to add pine nuts. I don't add cheese to my pesto because I don't eat cheese. You can add nutritional yeast to about 1/4 cup. You can add nutritional yeast. I didn't feel like it needed it. Maybe it's because of all the garlic I put in it. But I feel like all I do then is salt, garlic, basil, pine nuts, and olive oil. Just really simple. Now, if I'm kind of low on basil and I want to like beef up the nutrition of my pesto, I'll do half and half basil and spinach. Not done. Now I'm just going to take this little top off so I can drizzle in the olive oil. If I were to guess, I would say like a cup. So I get an ice cube tray. Now this ice cube tray I only use for this. That's the reason I bought a green one. So I would remember that that's what's going in here, because it always stays a little oily. Like I wouldn't want to use it for anything else. So this is a bag I've made in the past. And I have these little containers that I recently got, and I can't find one. Is this one? Here's one. Little container, and I can just dip it in there, and it's a perfect way to store it when I go camping. where I cut these in half and use it with the vegetables. But this is like 2 batches right here of pesto, and I have like a couple of these bags in my freezer. Because not only does it want to get me through the winter, but then even the spring, because it's going to be a while before basil is local again. So then I just kind of put it in these ice cube trays, or if you want to make something right away, you can. I love the smell of basil. Perfect. And like I said, I'm about to splice and edit the video of me camping in Havasu Falls, where I made gnocchi with pesto. And like I said, in that video I used a tube, but you can also make your own and put it in a little container like I just showed you, frozen, and it's good for at least a day. Like I try to make it like the first or second meal that I make. I don't usually bring a cooler. Even if I car camp now, I don't bring a cooler. Just keeps me used to not having it. But so this is gonna happen in the freezer. You see, it doesn't make a full dozen or anything like that. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Yep, I do. Hi, welcome to Elizabeth's Cozy Kitchen. Today we are outside. How fun is that? We are at beautiful Havasu Falls, and the stove I like to bring with me is the jet boil. So I already have mine set up here. I'm gonna help Pam set up hers. Hers is nicer than mine though. I like hers better. So first thing we're gonna do is actually go ahead and fill this up with water, Pam.
Okay. Did you wash it first? That's how I did.
Optional.
Yes.
So
1 3/4 was on the recipe.
yeah, so do a little bit extra, and you're doing 2 bags, I would assume.
Oh yeah, because we are doing 2 bags. So can I put 4 in?
Yes.
All of it?
Go for
I
it.
don't know how much that one needs. Okay.
That should be good.
I need a little more. Is that enough? Okay.
Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so how we set up the jet boil is first we have these little orange thingies that we're going to put down first. Do you have an extra fuel thing, or did we just have the one?
I do. It's right here.
I mean, if we're not doing it at the same time, one's fine. Okay, so we're going to pop this bad boy off and set it in the stand. And this just twists on. And you have a lighter thing too, which is nice. I wish I would have upgraded for that. Oh, look, is hers bigger? Hers is bigger than mine.
Oh. No.
Twist on.
What's this for?
That is for if you want to use a pot and you don't want to use the boiling pot. So we're going to turn this on and hit click. Woo! Fun!
Oh.
Now, what you'll notice is on the side, there's this little flame thing. And as this turns orange, lets you know when it's about to boil and turn it off so that it doesn't like scald your hands. So mine's already almost at boiling, so we'll slip into what I'm making. I'm making some pesto with gnocchi. This is what it's going to look like. I already finished half of it. So what I have here going on my jet boil is I almost boiled it, and I'm adding the gnocchi, just gnocchi from the grocery store. This is gluten-free gnocchi. And I don't have the handy dandy thing. I gotta light my own. Here's my lighter. Okay. If I can get my lighter to work. There we go. And I'm going to turn it on very, very low because this needs 3 minutes. And this boils very, very fast. Put this on the lowest possible thing. Pam, you're already at half boil. Keep an eye on this.
Mine's going to sit for 25 minutes. You done?
So I'm going to put the lid on this and let my pesto or my gnocchi cook. It's going to bubble over and we're just going to go with the chaos. Keep in mind this is going on YouTube.
Okay.
And then I have these butter packets. Now if you want to do vegan, you can go ahead and use vegan margarine. Just put it in a plastic bag. I don't have any cheese or anything like that, so putting in a couple tablespoons of butter.
Can you Your water's already cooking.
Then I'm shutting off Pam's water.
Why?
Because it's done.
It's done. It's boiled, yeah.
And then I'm going to squeeze in some pesto from this container right here. This is pesto base. What's nice about this is it doesn't have cheese in it. It's kind of hard to find just the pesto without cheese. So once my pasta finishes by coming to the surface, then it will be ready to add into there.
Okay, so now what do I do? I gotta pour it in there.
Sure.
Only one and
So
a third
you can
cup.
actually keep it attached. I keep it attached all the time. So here's your little measuring
Oh,
cup.
it's not too hot to go in that one?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's all designed for it. So 1 cup is full. So I really like Mary Jane Farms bags if you don't want to make your own. They clear away from the bubbling water. So that's 1 cup.
And then I need a third.
And this is what nothing.
Thank you.
There's a third. And what she's going to do is just stir it up and fold it down, and it's going to cook for her. And that's all you have to do when you buy backpacking food, which is kind of nice. I like pasta, when gluten-free pasta works well too, when I go camping. And you don't have to buy backpackers food to do pasta. Is it still on? Nope.
Okay, so we just...
Okay, and then to drain the pasta, the lid has these holes in the top. So you're just going to make sure you hold it down tight so that like your lid doesn't come off when you do this. And I'm going to, let's go over to the bushes. And we're just going to drain our pasta. Now I found I didn't like to actually cook anything other than boiling water or pasta in my jet boil because it burns the bottom.
So what do you
And that
just
makes
press
me
this,
sad.
you said?
Yep. Did you first turn on the gas?
Oh, I didn't. No.
It's this thing right here is the gas.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
So here's the gas. And it's nice, and yours is nice and far away and mine's really close. It's very violent.
It is.
And then I'm adding my gnocchi to my cup. And my cup spills over. So that is camping food. This is camping food. Gnocchi with pesto. She is Italian. Everyone who watches my videos should know that because I don't measure anything. Hey Pam, do you want to try it? Come here, try it. You're the taste tester.
Oh, is it really hot?
Probably. Good, right?
I love it. Excellent.
Doesn't taste like camping food. So thanks for watching. Until next time, manja manja.